You know what? It's hard for me to just pick and choose who I want to see. I'm fired up about seeing our guys just go out and play against a different opponent. You know, you get unscouted looks, get an opportunity to watch our guys run around, see who can play, who can react against a different opponent. So I'm fired up about, obviously, our starters going out there. But more importantly, fired up about seeing the young guys go out there and just play football.
Marcus Kemp has been a standout on special teams the last couple of years, but he had some good catches out there today. How's he looked to you so far in camp?
Marcus Kemp is just one of those steady-headed guys. He understands his role. He's one of those guys that young kids and young players should gravitate to. He doesn't take anything for granted. He understands his role. He's fought and scratched from the bottom of the roster, earned a spot on our team as a practice squad, has developed a reputation for being a heck of a special teams player. And when he gets called upon, when guys get pulled from practice, he just jumps in there and finds a way to make plays. That's the type of people we want in our organization.
Eric, Demarcus Robinson has kind of steadily the last couple of years seen more and more opportunities. Do you envision an even bigger jump in responsibilities for him this year?
Each year we pose him with a challenge. It's up to him to make sure that he accepts that challenge. We want him to challenge himself to learn every position out there. So he's playing a wide receiver. He's not just the Z, the X. You know, he's the zebra. He's all. We want him to know it all. So one thing I will say, he's done a very, very good job to this point of accepting that challenge, and he's excelled. The thing I always say about him, and I point this out to our team, he always continues to find work. It ain't by chance that him and Pat connect on scramble plays. He knows if 11 is on the backside, somewhere along the way he's going to find it. And so that's important, and that's another example for our young players to follow. Continue to find work.
Coach, what do you feel like with David not practicing, do you feel like you have a better idea of the collection of running backs you have, even with Tremont now involved, or is there's a preseason more important than what you've seen so far?
I think the preseason is still important because there's guys still learning their way. We still haven't seen them against a live opponent. So, and I'll say this, let me backtrack on that. Without some bad luck, some of us wouldn't have any good luck at all. So what does that mean? You got other guys having an opportunity to get more reps, and that's important. And with those guys earning the reps that they've gotten, it's giving them a lot of experience and they're doing some good things. We want to see them continue with the progress. Are we satisfied where we are as a running back? No, not yet. But we want those guys to continue to fight and continue to strain and see who can come alive and be that guy when it's all said and done.
Who's made the most of the additional reps because of Damian's injury?
I think they all have stepped up. I mean, we watched some flashes of Carlos. We watched some flashes of young Darwin. We've also seen Steady Eddie, number 31. Okay, D. Will does a heck of a job. And then we've got the young kids, 38 and 30. Marshall and Caldwell stepping up. And we got this new kid who was lined up at corner a couple of days ago. And every time you find a way to put him in there, he just flashes. Okay, so Tremont has accepted the challenge. He's doing a very, very good job of running. Coach D is doing a great job of working with those guys and getting them to understand what we're doing, and it's showing.
Both you and Coach Reed said in the OTAs Damian Williams would be the starter. Is that necessarily set in stone, or is that kind of now opening itself up because of what has happened?
Well, obviously he's the starter. We need to make sure that, Damian continues to do the things that he needs to do in order to help himself to be ready when called upon. But obviously he's doing some things in the training room with Rick, and that's going to take care of itself. But right now, we're not worried about that. We're only worried about the guys that are putting in the work on the field.
What have you seen from
I'm not going to give an exact date, but is there a time where the starters got to be there to start getting some chemistry with the rest of the team? I know you're going to tell me it's 10 days out, but at some point he's got to be there to have the chemistry with the offense.
I don't have that answer because first and foremost, when players are in that training room session, that's between them and Rick. When they come back to football, we'll deal with that when that situation produces.
Is chemistry with a running back important to an offense?
Chemistry to a football team is very important.
What have you had a very impressive day out there today. What do you see on him? Just he keeps growing in the offense more and more each day.
I just see a kid gaining confidence through his execution. At the end of the day, he's still working. He still has to learn how to become a professional. It's okay to flash, but it's great to be consistent.
The point of emphasis for
Coach, I talked to Carlos when we came about it yesterday. Asked him whether he's picked your brain, since you were in for a running back of 9 years. He said that he hasn't, but he plans on it. Has he or any of the other running backs, kind of like pick your brain and try to get some knowledge and experience about what you experienced in the NFL that might help them?
You know, every now and then you just share a story. And one thing I want all these guys to understand, it's all about making the most of the opportunity. Opportunities are few and far between. This moment in time that we have is going to be a flash when you look back upon it. So I want these guys to understand that, hey, when you have an opportunity to put something on tape, let's make sure that we're making the most of that opportunity that is presented. Put it on tape the right way. Got a great coach in there that's doing a heck of a job in dealing, but also too, now you get an opportunity to develop that trust and chemistry with your O-line, with the quarterback, and also develop that chemistry within that room.
The point of emphasis for
as best you can tell, what do you think it was that made the team so comfortable in elevating Austin Ryder from a guy off waivers to now being a starter?
Coach Hack has always done a very good job of just developing players. That's one thing as a staff we take personal pride in. We coach our starters to be the starter, but we're also coaching those players that are playing behind them to take their jobs, because you never know when you're going to be called upon to play in that particular role. So it's our job as a staff to make sure that we're teaching these guys everything they need to know. We coach all our players the same.
The point of emphasis for Pat this offseason was pocket. Point of emphasis for Pat this offseason, you said, was pocket presence and footwork. Just how have you evaluated that to this point so far?
Every day we've seen a little bit of good, and some days there were some things that could have been off, but I will say this, the overall improvement has been very, very consistent. And the thing that I'll say this every time when I talk about it, the kid can tell you exactly what he did wrong. And that's a good thing. That's an autocorrect deal that Pat has from within. And so when he's not right in the pocket, he'll say, hey, you know what, Coach? I should have did this. I should have stepped up. I should have had my body in this particular position.
Coach, you talk about fatigue, and when you talk about bringing energy and effort every day, talk about this point in camp when guys deal with fatigue. What's your message to them to bring people on?
Strain to finish. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you when it's all said and done. You're trying to go earn that title, okay? And when you're in these particular situations, this is when you find out the character of your team. Everything is not gonna be done perfect. The only thing that we want is consistent, disciplined men that understand what it takes to be a professional. And it's not easy. So you got to learn to strain when things aren't perfect.
Eric, back to Damien Williams for a second. Is it going to be difficult for him to make up at this point what he's missed out here?
Damien's doing a heck of a job in the classroom, taking a lot of mental notes. He's very active. We talk all the time. We're intermingling, ask the right questions. He's been in this system for a year now, so he understands what we're doing. Now, obviously, you would love him out here, but that's going to take care of itself in that training room with Rick and the staff, because they're going to do a great job.
What's overall, where do you feel the level of this offense is? To where do you like it so far? Because I look at these couple pieces ago.
Right now, we're in motion to do some good things, but we're still working to come together. And when I say that, we're making plays, we're doing some good things, but when it's all said and done with, we just need to continue to strain. That's what this is about. Talent gives you a chance. When you got to go into a 60-minute dogfight, we got to learn to strain and finish. Thank you.